So the bike itself, he really likes bikes, as you can tell. So the bike itself is relatively loud on the back end. It does only rev to about 8,000 RPM. I don't know the exact specifications on that, but it's not a high revving engine. It is the L-twin that Ducati has. And so it's, yeah, you like the bike? You want your ball? Go get your ball. Good boy. So it is the L-twin, has a lot of power. I love the back end of this bike. Such a sleek profile. Yeah, there's my license plate. Go ahead and run it. I'm selling it anyway, which is part of the reason I had to get this video out. So the exhaust work is just a work of art. There we go. The single sway arm is just so gorgeous from this side. I mean, you can't help but love this bike. So, a couple downsides to the bike is, one, with the looks of it and the name Ducati, there is a preconceived notion that you make too much money. I've had multiple people say that to me, and it's Michigan, so whatever, but they definitely are, you know, they have this idealism that this bike is super expensive. So, you know, I guess if you're going for that, it's a good thing, but I had that when I owned my Lotuses, and part of the reason I sold those was that notion. I really don't like that. I hate that preconceived notion. I want to enjoy the bike, and I did. 2,500 miles, great fun. The other thing that we need to talk about, which I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, the other thing we need to talk about is the initial startup. So when you shut this off and it's dead, it's supposed to be a keyless entry, right? So, or a keyless start, sorry. So you put your fob in there and it's supposed to start right up from here, but it never does. And this is something that is not just this Diavel. It's a lot of the Ducati's keyless entry. The transmitter for the key ends up just having weak signal. So a lot of people will result in this here, which is a pin start. I don't have the pin number. The dealership wasn't able to get the pin number from the previous owner. You can go to Ducati, and from what I understand, it's $200 to $300 to have them repin it. So it certainly can be avoided doing what I do, but I've found it very easy to just kind of put this up under the belly of the bike, because the transmitter is down in that area, and then kind of reach up and over here, and it works every time. So and then at that point I'll proceed to get on the bike and be on my ride. So those are really the only two downfalls of this bike, are the you know, the looks of this thing. You know, it's not just a monster. This thing is kind of Ducati's key sport cruiser, and people know that. And again, I guess all the carbon fiber really does improve the look and luxury of this bike. You know, I mean, you've got underside, carbon exhaust, carbon cover, carbon cover, carbon cover. Down there, I think, is the only two pieces, so there and there, that aren't carbon on this, and the front, obviously. So anyway, the bike is gorgeous. It rides comfortably. It's such a high power output. Really a fantastic bike. So 2,500 miles on it as far as me putting them on it, and I wouldn't have traded this summer for the world. I love this bike. At some point, you know, maybe 16 years down the road, I'll buy another one. But right now, my problem is that we just had a kid. So I have to bring him to and from daycare every day, daycare being my mom's house, because it just makes sense for me to bring him. It's on my way to work. So there's no way that I'm going to be able to ride this to and from work, and then, you know, trying to just get a ride in after work is going to be near impossible. So we were kind of in the market for a four-seater sport coupe. So that's kind of what we've been looking at, and we may or may not have found one, which you people that know me personally already may know what it is. For those of you that don't know, you'll find out at some point. But I never did get around to reviewing the Corvette. That is gone, kind of in preparation for the kid. His name is Caden, and maybe at some point he'll be introduced to the channel if I get enough feedback that people want to meet him virtually. So any which way, yeah, the Ducati's for sale as of this video going live. $9,000. You guys know my email address if you want it. Either that, or if you're just kind of doing research and kind of want to know about the seating position and, you know, the different features and is it comfortable. Yes, this bike is terribly comfortable. It just wants to go. You know, fourth gear, you're over 100 miles an hour. Actually, I think second or third might be bringing you right up to 100. So it's terribly fast. Terribly comfortable, and it just wants to go, and it's a marvelous bike, and I foresee myself owning one in the future at some point again. But for right now, it's going. Not terrible, because we can always buy another one if we want. But guys, thank you for sticking with this channel, as like there's been so much that has prevented me from making videos. So thank you for the continued support, views, and subscriptions. Pudge says thank you too. Yes, Pudgy, come say thank you. Good boy. So we both appreciate your support, and by all means, guys, check out the other videos. Continue to support. Hopefully at this point I can start making videos more regularly. I know I said that in the last few videos, but I think things have finally calmed down. Again, new to fatherhood, and we'll kind of go over that whole deal in a different video, but that was kind of what was preventing a lot of videos being made, and not in a bad way, but just kind of took my time more than YouTube. And I'm sure you guys understand that, you know, family and real life always kind of comes before YouTube. But thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Continue to support us, and take care.